type. Sticker's missing. I'm going to say FS40 or something. I don't know. But the problem is the handle and we need to take care of the carb. So let's get that started first. Let's at least look at the carb or the air filter. Oh boy. It's not the right air filter. Mine's in pretty good condition now. Yeah, that should be pretty easy. I'm going to get the ultrasonic cleaner started, so let's not worry too much about that. Let's look and see if there's fuel though. Yes, there is. Probably should put this on tight just in case. Remember, the fine threads go in the metal. Which is usually the case. Oh, one more down here. Oh yeah, there it is. Nothing good happened here. Where does this come out? Well, oh. It looks like it's still good. I think it's one of those you have to take apart. Boo. Okay. Well. I don't know how well you can see it, but this clip has to come off, and this is going to come off, and the clock spring is probably going to jump out and bite us, but if you're going to do what you're going to do, let's remember that end goes towards the larger piece. And the washer goes first. Let's take the dog out, just so we have less pieces to fly. Clock spring stayed. Very good. You don't want to have that happen or have it jump out, because it can be annoying to put back together. Let's take this out. It's a pretty thick recoil string. Let me get a handle and another piece of string, and we'll put it in there, tie it up, put it back on, and see what we have. Before we do that, let's disconnect this. Yeah, there's compression. That should be good. Oh. Okay, let me get that started. Okay, got it all done, put it back, put everything back to normal. I'm going to be twisting it. That should be enough. It's like 4 or 5 times probably. Let's put that through here. Now, here's the hard part. I need to find a handle. And without letting go, put a handle on the other end. So I'm going to go do that and put it back on. We'll give it a pull, see how well it works, and we'll see what's up. Okay, found one. Now, I just tied a knot so we can temporarily do that. Tie this. Pull it through. Let's undo this one. Might need to wrap it a little more. Or it could just simply be too long. I think it's just too long. It needs to be right about there, probably. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and cut that, change it, and be right back. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Got that all done. I really like the fact it's on the left side, but could just be because I'm used to it on the right. We'll put the real filter in there. Now, take an 8mm. Let's undo the gas cap. Take that off. Put the choke on just in case. Choke on this stuff too. Oh no. Okay. There's that. And the return is right here. Let's take that off. These lines are actually aren't too bad. The steel green lines are actually pretty high quality. The other ones, which oddly enough are on more of a professional grade machine, they're actually not as good. And they have these little grommets that have a tendency of breaking. This is like whole one piece. I mean, I guess it could be more aggravating to repair, but in the long run, to take off the throttle cable, just push it all the way down, push this all the way through, and that's it. And there we have it. Let's blow this off, take the gaskets off, take it to the carb station, and see what we have to do. Okay, so take the side off here. It's probably like every other steel carburetor of this type. Pretty simple. And so far so good. That has a plastic little valves. Those are the better ones. The ones that are made from like a rubber. They don't last. Primer bulb has seen better days. Ugh. It's nasty. Put that in there. That'll get cleaned. I don't see a reason why that can't either. And for whatever reason, I can't find my razor blade. It's not exactly the most ideal thing in the world, but it's empty. Maybe I'll still do it. I guess it's kind of doing its purpose. And there we have it. This diaphragm isn't horrible, but we're still going to put a new one in there. Take out the center jet, preferably with a semi-clean screwdriver. These tiny brass ones, you want to make sure like the screwdriver you choose fits perfectly. I mean, it could be long, don't get me wrong, like that one was way too wide, but the width of it was perfect. Otherwise, you will strip it out. And there we have that. Okay, so what do we have? Let's try this one first. Quarter, half, 3/4, 3/4. Okay, we do have to take it off. I was hoping these wouldn't have to, but nope. Yeah, we're gonna have to retune this pretty decently. Completely messed up the tune. Oh well, it's not that hard. Might have to get drastic here. Just need enough for it to slide off without breaking this screw. Or damaging it. They're usually not this hard to take off. This one is real doozy. think it's almost coming there. Of course, that would just be wishful thinking. Yep, I think it was just wishful thinking. Oh. There's that one. And there's this one. Well, half of this one. Okay, I'm going to put this in the washer. We will be right back. Okay, so here we are. I already blew this out. I took out the needles and blew through them. They were fine. This is the other piece I'm going to blow through. Oh yeah, noise alert. And then finally the cover. This actually kind of brings up something I wanted to go over. I use pine sol and water in about 50-50 mix in my ultrasonic cleaner. That you want to rinse off when you're done. If you don't, you'll have like this white, flaky consistency on the outside of whatever you put in there afterwards. So after I'm done, I usually put it over some hot water in this little sink I have in the garage, just to kind of make sure that it's okay and gets all that nastiness off of it. I mean, I'm not too worried about the inside of it because I will almost always have gasoline going through it almost immediately, so I'll probably be washing away a lot of the stuff I don't want there. But just for appearance's sake, and I want to make sure everyone that gets my final work doesn't see that and so it looks like it's shoddy. I just don't want that to happen. Blow through the tiny little jet. It's clear. You do not want to forget this. And it's best to put it on right now. If you hear some noise in the background, it's the air conditioning. It's the end of May, 89 degrees, and it finally got warm enough to have the AC turn on. That's a new gasket, by the way. So now I need to get a new primer bulb. Put that on. Looks pretty good. Looks like it works pretty good already. What am I doing? Getting ahead of myself. I need to put the needle and everything in. To round up my backyard again today. Tomorrow's supposed to be cooler, so that's good. And there we have it. That needle part can be hard. Just remember to put the spring in first, have it various level as you can, and then put the needle with the arm and the pin in, and make sure to put the spring in the indentation first, then guide the needle down. You'll get it every time. Looks pretty good. Now we put this in. just want to make sure nothing ripped. It looks pretty good. Okay, the little hole on this gasket's right there, so we need to make sure we put this on right. Otherwise it will not run right. And there's 2 of them. Oh, I know, it's like this. No, can't be like that, because that would make no sense. I know. Yeah, that's the one. So I put my finger over this one, because that's the one that draws the fuel through. And this needs to be with the other one. I should have realized that from the beginning. Oh well. It's good to have your redundancies and figuring stuff out sometimes. What's that saying? Like the 7 Ps? I skipped a couple of those Ps. It's mainly the proper planning on this one. But all will be fine. I'll put a new air filter in this, a real one. And the benefit of 2 cycles is now you don't need to put oil in it. And drain the gas tank out, though that's pretty disgusting in there. The filter, a fuel filter in there actually looks pretty good. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. If we have problems, we can go back to it. Okay, I'm going to put this back on the carb, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my screwdriver here for some adjustments, which unfortunately are right there. New fuel, new non-ethanol fuel. Plug is good, it's connected. Turn it on. I think that just choke right there. Let's give her a yank. I primed it as well. See what happens. And I hope this goes without saying. Make sure there's nothing in the way of the blades and the sheath is off. Plug somehow got disconnected. Let's try this again. Except before I do that, I want to adjust this one to a little more and this one to a little less. I did like an 1/8 return less for the high and an 1/8 return more for the low. That's pretty much it. Just going to clean it up a little bit. Probably would have run outside for a good 15 minutes. Kind of would have burned some stuff out of it because I see some smoke coming out of the exhaust. I think it's been sitting in the shed for a long time. But yeah, other than that, this should be about it. So if any likes, comments, questions, or anything, leave a comment below. I will see everyone later. Definitely subscribe, and I will everyone have a good night.